sleep and God shows up, he wants to show you things. So somebody says he dreams, blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what happened. The guy fell into a trance. He began to see things. So God showed him planes. So some of them will crash. The guy came forward and he was telling his congregation what God showed him. And they began to pray. Now, you still have another class of people. God will look at them and say, no, I won't relate with these guys with trances. No, I'm going to relate with them with dreams. There are some young pastors. If you go to them today, they'll tell you, say, young man, why are you doing what you're doing? Some of them are in America. Some of them are in Kenya. They are burning for God. They are preaching the gospel. Some of them will tell you, there was a young guy I was listening to. The guy's a young pastor. I think he's in America or something. They were asking him some questions. You say, how come you're doing what you're doing? You're so young. You're like 11 years old. The guy said, I was sleeping one day. Then suddenly, God appeared to me in my dream. I heard his voice so clear. He said, my son, I want you to do my will. I want you to preach to all the nations of the world. That's it. Will the young boy lie? He's just 11. The answer is no. God relates with people in different ways. Now, let me tell you one secret. What happened to Pastor Suleiman has happened to me before. Let me give a vivid instance that will shock a lot of people. The guy said he fell into a trance. I'll tell you what happened to me. I was living in the estate. I don't want to say the name of the estate, but I was living in the estate. Then I think during the weekend, one day, I decided to do something. I was trying to make moves to travel abroad, so I had to get some documents ready and all that. So I was focused on getting them ready. I got on a bike. The bike was moving. So when the bike was moving, I looked up and I saw the sun. It was following me. I tell the bike to move fast. The bike will move fast. The sun will still be following me. I said, okay. Then I looked at the car that was in front of me. You know Peter Doche's son? What's the guy's name? Yol. I saw the guy's face. It was so fucking clear. You know, when you see somebody's face and it's so clear, I saw it. It was so fucking clear. Yol was, I was just seeing him inside the car. I was wondering, what is this guy doing inside the car? Yol does not stay in my estate. What the fuck is going on? I was paying attention. I was looking at the car. Then suddenly, Yol's face left the car. It's like a force pulls his face out of the car. I could not sleep. When I got home, I kept asking myself, what the fuck is going on? This guy is inside the car. And suddenly, force pulls him out of the car. What the fuck is going on? I couldn't sleep that night. I began to pray. I said, God, this is strange. I don't know what it means. God, whatever it means, just help us. I began to pray that night. I said, God, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. Whatever it means, please, we want it to be good. Please. I was just praying. I was praying that night, praying that night. And I slept. 2 weeks later, I got news that this guy was heading to the east of Nigeria, and suddenly his car skids off the road in a ghastly accident. The news came out that he left. He came out of the car unscratched. He came out of the car unhurt. I am telling you the truth. I am telling you the truth. He was involved in a ghastly motor accident. He was apparently traveling to the east. Suddenly his car skids off the road. He was involved in a very deadly crash. The guy came to testify. He said it was so strange. I can't explain it. He said, I came out of the car unscratched. I came out of the car unhurt. I looked at the car. It was damaged beyond recognition. That's the truth. In fact, Yo said he was going to get closer and closer to God in his testimony. Now, I've seen so many things. Some of my family members that have died, I see them. Sometimes I go out, I see there's a lady called Happiness. If I go out, I see her all the time. I think she's my mom's sister also. She's related to my mom. She's dead. If I go out, I see her all the fucking time. I'm telling you. I see her all the time. You know? There's this Bishop. I've seen Bishop Oyedepo before. Bishop Oyedepo came to me. I saw him. He came to me. He was begging me that I should allow him to take me to where I was going. I'm telling you the truth. It's like he was begging me. He was not dressed as a big man that is a billionaire. No, he was not dressed as a big man that drives private jet. No, he came to me. He was dressed with all these funny-looking clothes. He was begging me. I looked at him. This guy's face looks like Bishop David Oyedepo. He was begging me. I looked at the guy and said, thanks, but no thanks. That's the truth. You know, sometimes I move, I see strange things, you know. So I've gotten used to them, and I become conscious that God is trying to do some great things. God is trying to do some wonderful things. Now I've gotten some great experiences with thunder and lightning. During the period I was in darkness, I prayed one night. I think, was that yesterday or day before yesterday? I prayed day before yesterday night. It was so dark, so I felt the urge to pray. I prayed. After I prayed, I began to hear sounds of thunder. It was so dark. I was seeing lightning. You look at the skies, it's so bright for 3 seconds and it goes off. Everywhere so dark. Tinubu and his people in a co-electricity company, they threw me into darkness. God shows up after prayers. And the skies is lit with lightning. You look up, you see light, bright light. For 4 seconds, the light shines and it goes off. See, that's the power of God. You know, I see God move, and I say I have to praise God. I begin to sing in Igbo. I see God move. I say, I have to sing and praise God in Igbo. You know, when I see thunder and lightning, I always remember what happened to me when I was living in the estate. You know, I always talk about living in the estate. It was because I was staying with in a community of people that went to church. These guys were Christians. Some of them were Muslims, but they have deep connection with cult groups. I was staying in a community, people that actually call themselves Muslims and Christians, but these guys had very strong links with diabolical powers. You know, there was one fateful day when I was in the estate. I was living in the estate one fateful day, and I was sleeping. I think early in the morning, like 6-7 a.m. I had to wake up because I was hearing beds, black beds. They were like 7 or 8 big beds. They were flying above a big mango tree in front of my apartment. You know, they were making very, very special flights. It's as though they were dancing in the air. Big black beds. You know, when soldiers do parade, that was exactly what the beds were doing up in the air. When a dancer say they are doing choreography, that's exactly what those beds were doing in the air. The flight was choreographed. To fly around the tree, they make special noise. And the dance was so long, it will not stop. They were just flying and having fun. When they fly, they dance. The steps were orchestrated. Special dance. Now, that morning, the weather was clear. Everything was fantastic. So I came outside. I saw them. I got angry. In anger, I went inside. So I was looking from the window. I was watching them from the window. It was like drama. Suddenly, the clear skies changed. The skies became dull. Suddenly, I began to hear sounds of thunder. The sounds of thunder first started mildly. It was mild. The birds were still dancing. Then the sounds became fierce. It was when lightning showed up. That was when the birds, they flew. Lightning strikes. The birds, they ran away. The birds, they ran away. You know, when they say birds speak race, that's exactly what happened. Those birds, they pick race, they ran away. So there was a supernatural force present. I could not see it. It was just doing its thing. The birds ran for their lives. After they ran, there was total darkness. I went to the NEPA office to find out what the fuck is going on. They said something strange happened. The people living around the area where you have transformer, they say birds showed up and they were perching on the power lines linked to the transformer. those are